Tell you no lie. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Listen my song, kill that the hi-fi. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Play enough for so you can say you're a pilot. Have whole heap of girl that a link a lot. Me a the big bar, rough now must win a lot and every night I hit pass. I spin the slots.
Welcome back, everybody, to the TXG Valorant circuit. Here we have the last day of groups. We've got a big match today, Buns versus Bunnies. Both teams put up a relatively strong performance against Yijing, but in the end, both teams fell pretty quickly on the second map. And here I'm with Abyss. Hello.
Hello everyone. As mentioned, welcome back to the Valorant circuit, TXG Valorant circuit. And yeah, we are in the final day, as you mentioned, right? Bounce Little Buns versus Chubby Bunnies in the lower bracket battle, in a sense, in the group stage to make it to the playoffs as the second seed. Alongside them will, of course, be Yijing, and I believe in the Group A, it's Troopers and Big T and Kittens that are moving on to the playoffs. So those are going to be our top 4 teams that will be moving on to the semis, in a sense. So it'll really be up to this here, Glitch, honestly, between Bounce Little Buns and Chubby Bunnies, if they want to have a fighting chance to stay in this tournament. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I do think there's a lot of potential here between the two teams. And I am hoping that we're gonna get a competitive series, obviously, but who knows what'll happen, right? It's a best of 3. There's a lot that can go on, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I definitely think Bunnies is one of those teams that you can definitely underrate. They've always been relatively close to the top, but just haven't quite broken through the layer between like Buns and Yijing and all these big teams. But I think they've been improving slowly, steadily. They've showed some vigor. They've really improved so much. And Yijing 17-15 in a match against the best team. Sure, the comps were a little whack from Yijing. They're kind of playing puggy, but still, it's not a terrible achievement from Bunnies. And I think we're actually going to be in for a closer game than I think most people would expect from seeing this matchup. But yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. And coming into the map veto here, we should be coming into that in a second. We've got Breeze coming up first.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to out. You mentioned Basel Buns are actually the ones that did pick up Breeze, so they are gonna be the ones kind of like in the home ground potential here, since it is their map pick. But it's always this funny little trend when it comes to Valorant, in that people lose on their map picks for some reason, and I have my own personal theory on that. But I'd rather get into that when like in the future some other time. But I don't want to bore the viewers here. But yeah, first map will be Breeze. Then we're gonna be having Lotus, with Chubby Bunnies being the ones to pick Lotus, and the decider map will hoping we get the game number 3 here, Glitch, because I want to see how these teams actually theorize their approach to a map, like I said. But of course, can't get ahead of ourselves. It's gonna be map number 1 first. And yeah, do you have your own little ideas as to how these teams will be competing in this first map?
I've seen some things from Yijing on Breeze in the Yijing Basel Buns games. It was a good while ago, though. It was in one of the grand finals. And there was some very interesting comps. I don't remember the last time I watched Basel Buns Breeze, other than that. But I'm expecting something different because it was a little silly. But they did play early in this tourney against Trident, the Jet Waylay. Harbor Viper.
Ooh.
I expect probably that same comp. I haven't seen them play it, but obviously the idea is relatively simple. You have the double dive there on the defensive half. You still got the Viper. You got the Jet for the Orc. It's not a bad comp. From the side of Bounce Buns, it was a decently close game against China, but they're confident enough to pick into Breeze again, so they've probably made some adjustments from their last match.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you definitely want to be able to be adaptive, right, when you play Valorant. And sometimes you want to catch your opponent off guard, because for sure you are being studied as you play the tournament out every single day, you know. So there has to be some sort of that element of surprise, but you don't want to go out of your comfort zone too much. See, that's the dangerous, like, middle ground you want to be playing in a game like Valorant. But sometimes it's not necessarily about the composition, it's about the way you play out the map based on your composition. So again, I do think I'm looking forward to how this game will go, because I believe we are going to be going into the agent select as well. So I'm looking forward to this. I think there's a lot of potential for some interesting pocket picks, a lot of like interesting ideas from both teams. So I'm hoping for a competitive series, of course.
Yeah, I mean, a competitive series is what everyone wants here. Last day of groups. We will be heading into the agent selection in a second. But yeah, I mean, Breeze, look. I think it could be a close map considering how the Trident game went, but also Bounce Buns could have pulled out some improvements from their last map. I haven't seen their last map, so I'm not going to be able to comment on that much. But regardless, both teams are going to be coming in with a mirror match, it seems.
Oh,
It seems like we're going to get the mirror match.
It looks very similar. That's what we're looking at here, right? They have double controller, no sentinel on the side of what's this, Chubby Bunnies, I believe. And so it's gonna be very interesting how they play that out on defense. But they are gonna be attackers first. While they are running Harbor Viper, which I'm a very big fan of on this map. A lot of good theories behind those line walls, you know, so like high tide and toxin wall, right, is going to be a big factor when it comes to their attack. Well, on the other side, on Battle of the Buns, they are running something similar, as you mentioned, but instead of running a neon waylay, they're running a jet waylay, most likely. So a little bit of a different approach, a little bit more fast execution, but shorter distance. So their scaling is smaller, but it's a lot quicker, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the Neon generally has the more attack side value compared to the Jet, but it depends what your weakness is as a team. So both team comps are probably right for the respective teams. It's just going to be a matter of, I mean, really, it's just going to be the micro plays and the difference in macros here. Sorry, just okay. We should be good, I think. No problem.
It's all about knowing the names and stuff like that, but I haven't remembered. We normally have an overlay for this, so just a little hint here for now. We get the prod side, but we can't really see it this time. But yeah, guys, honestly, first round going to the side of what's this, on the side of Chubby Bunnies. And yeah, I believe Splash is the waylay, because Splash normally plays the waylay, whereas Chong is normally the initiator. I believe that is normally what he ends up playing, right? So I believe that is what we're seeing here again. So already right off the bat, Truth takes down Splash. Waylay versus waylay, and First Blood will be going to the side of Basso the Buns. Anti-Eco, though, they should be the one on the losing end of this, yet they are able to find the first kill. Really about coming out, but Huang Bao is able to find one. Guardian kills are coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies, yet they end up losing out on the duel down towards mid. 3 versus 2 now here, Glitch. And it seems like they're able to pick up the Guardian. They need to be careful of the flank. Buttercup still holding on to this B side.
Yeah, it was a big brawl in mid, and Bunnies are on the back foot after a nice 2K from Hung Bao, but still very recoverable for Chubby Bunnies here. If they're able to get this kill onto this Viper in the site cleanly.
Yeah, Buttercup holding onto the angle, gets taken down by JJ, so that will be an opening kill for the side of Chubby Bunnies here. At the very least, it should even up the numbers, and especially with the guns advantage, they can play for this. I believe Truth is actually spotted out. He's going for the swing with the bulldog, but JJ takes him down. But the flank is coming on forward from Huang Bao. Not landing the shot, however, but gets a double headshot. Huang Bao getting a 4K in the second round on an anti-eco, closes up with the clutch, the jet on the side of Baos the Buns, taking a round for themselves on the board.
Absolute hero into this round. It's absolutely unreal from Hung Bao. Gets the first two with the bandit, and then the last two as well. I mean, that round in almost every situation goes the way of Chubby Bunnies, but Hung Bao just fragging above and beyond, able to get the 4K, brings the eco round win, and now puts Chubby Bunnies on the back foot, coming in to an eco round now. It looks like they're going to be doing some sort of more fast play on the speed side.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, right, Chubby Bunnies are going to be in the weaker side of things right now. Aggressive, actually defensive cove coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies. In fact, probably to try and get that orb, and that is exactly what they're going to be doing here. So now they're playing a bit slowly. They have a little bit of a default here being out on play as the Viper on the side of Chubby Bunnies is playing towards A main, so they could look for a pivot. In fact, they are going to be moving down towards that mid angle, and I think Bounce the Buns are ready for this.
Yeah, Balspan's just playing this retake A, which isn't honestly a bad idea against an eco round. You don't really want to play the anchor and then have the numbers disadvantage retake, where when you have the better guns on A, you're usually advantaged on the retake. And just playing pretty passive here. It's going to be a little quiet for the side of Balspans. They're going to start reclearing this elbow space, but the site hit comes out, and eventually... I think the server will hear this.
Yeah, it's going to be a spike planted for sure, right? Gen 5 for Fort Worth. Oh, what a name. Already spotting them out with a little bit of that information. Does have the recon dart available. So there's going to be a 5-on-5 retake. Spike being planted is already beneficial for Chubby Bunnies because Bounce Little Buns are going to be on the disadvantage now. Reckoning also available, but that Reckoning goes down. Riles, actually, in fact, the first to fall on the side of Chubby Bunnies. So they no longer have the ultimate available. And now they are falling piece by piece. Not a single player falling on the side of Bounce Little Buns as Chubby Bunnies, despite getting the site, get completely obliterated.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The anti-eco retake on A is just too easy. Bunnies trying to make something work. They're trying to get a little space and maybe a kill, but I mean, Balsolo Buns just playing it pretty perfectly there on that retake. Nice plan into the round, especially with the elbow reclear where they're able to get the info, get the rotates a little bit earlier. So really nice round played from Balsolo Buns, a good anti-eco plan. And yeah, they didn't want to get ecoed like Chubby Bunnies let themselves get ecoed. I mean, yeah, just nice play from Bell Spencer.
I think there's already a pretty good angle from the side of Bowser the Buns going into this, especially since they are able to win out 2 rounds. I mean, not a big lead, obviously, 2-1, but now the Reckoning will be coming on forward as well to clear out a side. But another, free site for the taking for the side of Chubby Bunnies, and yet we've seen what happened to them in the previous round, so we need to be careful for the side of Chubby Bunnies here. Spike planted, Blade Storm available on the side of Bowser the Buns, as now the drone will be scouting out a few of the players here, getting some information. Saturate being thrown out as well. The outlaw shot's not landing at the very least, but Splash and JJ find their own picks at the very least. 4 versus 3, low HP left on Riles. Can look for the kill here as now Chong is able to find one. In fact, now it's all down to Gen 5 and really he ends up falling as well. A much cleaner round from the side of Chubby Bunnies here, tying up the game.
Yeah, they saw the mistakes in the last round. They patched it up. Sovadat off the harbor wall as well, just stopping any flood out. Dueling this harbor wall that they've sent out. It's a really nice harbor wall from Riles there. And it's a really nice plan called from Chubby Bunnies. Able to take that A site, recognized it was kind of free in the previous round, hoping something similar, and able to get pretty nice round wins for themselves. They're going to have the Hunter's Fury into this round, but a lot of people are like 1 or 2 off ults, so we could see some orb grabs.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's definitely going to be the case here. Again, it's just another defensive cove coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies as orb will be picked up on the Viper, so closer to that the Viper spit, right? The toxic pit here. Now, it's just a slow push down towards mid, potentially with an operator on Sandwich. So a pick could be made, but they aren't pushing up on the side of Bowser the Buns. In fact, it's Peaceful Bonobo holding on to this A main control. Ready, putting down the cove for the one-way, aware that they can be doing a late re-hit onto the A site. And now the drone will be coming up from Chong here to contest it. Should be able to spot him out, and the drone does come on forward. Storm Surge to try and blind him out and stall it out. The High Tide is also available. In fact, will be thrown out. However, Recon Dart will be thrown as well. Fast lane committed from the side of Chubby Bunnies. They need to be pushing on forward here, but they're playing so far forward. But Rouse is able to find one, but it's a 2-for-1 actually, in fact, in favor of Chubby Bunnies. And there is the Viper Spit coming on forward with the spike being planted. A difficult retake position now for the side of Bowser the Buns, but they're going to be attempting it nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a hard retake, as you said. I mean, Sandwich with the operator, he's going to actually get caught out, but
Yeah, at the very least, somehow this is actually evening out on the 2 versus 2, but the operator is going to be in on the retake. Truth somehow survives it and gets the clutch! You can't be falling like this, Chubby Bunnies. You're forcing fights despite having the sight hold with the Viper Spit, but you end up getting taken down piece by piece despite having the sight control. You cannot afford to do mistakes such as that, and with that, it will be Bows Little Buns getting around.
Yeah, there's some micro misplays there. In the end, Splash not able to get the trade onto Truth there, and it cost the round. A big round. A little bit of heroics coming out from the side of Bows Buns. I mean, I reckon the Bunnies have a better plan into the round, but
sure,
you're versing good players. You've got to be able to outplay them in these clutch situations if you want to win. If you want to get your match against Troopers.
Opportunities now for Bows Little Buns to continue on forward here with this kind of aggressive play on their retakes, right? They always play very defensive until the very moment they want to take the space. But speaking of taking space, Truth decides to contest down towards mid. And of course, there will be some form of trade at the very least for the side of Chubby Bunnies as they take down Buttercup. Should be another free site for the taking. As always, it feels like it's a consistent site given as the Hunter's Fury will be coming out from Gen 5. However, Splash is able to find Huang Bao, but it's a trade once again, 1-for-1, down to 3 versus 2. Low HP, however, on Splash. There's Overdrive coming out from Sandwich, trying to look for the pick. Truth dashes on forward, but now JJ takes him down. 2 versus 2 Sandwich hunting, aware that there's a player nearby, but Overdrive is going to be running out. It's a little bit of a ding to the wall, but it will be Peaceful Vulnerable getting taken down by JJ. They do know Gen 5 is here towards B, so they're going to be booking it towards A.
It's a really nice call. Get the kill, want to run at A immediately. You saw the Hunter's Fury and CT, so you know this A side is going to be free in the main side, and that makes it a lot easier to push through mid here. JJ are going to reclaim this main space, worried about a flank possibly, but they're just going to double up. They're playing this nicely so far. And it looks like they're looking to play this together.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they have to play it together. They don't want to be giving up free kills, right? That's exactly what happened in the previous round. So Gen 5 is going to have a much tougher time here. Hearing one. Does have a recon dart. Can look to spot out two. In fact, both of them shoot, so he hears both of them coming out here. The shock dart is perfect here, trying to get another one as well. Low HP Sandwich somehow survives, and it's an open plant. They can look for the double swing here, looking for the fake out, and yet he doesn't stick the half. Gen 5 looking for the pick, and it will be a swing from Gen 5. Actually, Sandwich, sorry, but now holds onto the angle. 20 HP, no time left remaining. A beautiful round from the side of Chubby Bunnies, but you know, it was a costly one. 4 for 4, at least one player left remaining on both sides, but they do end up making it a 3-3.
Yeah, no, it's really nice mid-rounding from Chubby Bunnies. I assume it's JJ calling that stuff. Really nice stuff. And it forces Buns onto an eco. I mean, you win one, lose the next. You're not going to have good money. It's just Truth with the save the rifle. Looks like they pass it over to Hong Bao. And it's a definitely doable eco for the side of Buns. They have the Whaley Ultimate and the Pit, but I don't think they're going to be looking to invest it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, right? They do have the ultimates available, so let's see if they actually do decide to use it or not. But right off the bat, Peaceful Bonobo gets taken down towards mid, but the Outlaw already beautiful to take advantage of this. Pushing up towards A. They do know Peaceful Bonobo is normally the A player here, so the fact that he's down on mid means there's been a little bit of a switch up, so they're playing it a bit carefully here. Trying to find out, spot out any lurking agents. Buttercup is holding on to this angle with the Bandit, looking for the first pick, able to find one with a headshot, unable to find a second because Sandwich will be the better player here. Excuse me!
They didn't need to use any of those!
He just takes down 3 players with a Sheriff, gets a collateral as well, I believe. And off a pistol round for the side of Bows Little Buns, they win it!
I mean, it's all Truth. I mean, it's absolutely unreal. I mean, I guess he is the Truth. It's 3 deagle shots to secure an eco round. I mean, it looked like Chubby Bunnies were going to be fine, but he just charges through and no one's able to really get the trade in time.
Yeah, I feel like he just played off their own utility, right? The side of Chubby Bunnies were trying to play a lot of through the smokes, but Truth just was so ready for it. And now, speaking of ready, let's see if Buttercup's ready for this push-up down towards B side as he's on the off angle. Only able to find one, though. Not really the value you want to be seeing here on an off angle like that. And now it's a 4 versus 4. Convergent paths available on both teams. The Reckoning as well for the side of Bows to the Buns. Let's see how they decide to push on towards this flank here, walking it down as well, unaware of the player that is the Sova down below window.
Yeah, Song's positioning here.
Chong is in a good position. Splash is able to spot him out. Let's see if he's going to be cleared out. In fact, he does get the clear out. Coming out. There is the support from Peaceful Bonobo. And now there is the Reckoning coming on out. JJ gets blinded as well. It's all down to the last remaining player. That is Better Sandwich. But he gets taken down as well. Eaten up alive here. And it's going to be 5-3 for the side of Bows of the Buns. 2 ultimates committed, yes. But the value is there for the round win.
Yeah, I mean, Song just... quite an unfortunate situation. The updraft there to stall the time and save himself from death as his teammates come in and get the trade. It's a nice little micro, and it's a nice round from Bows Buns overall. The triple flank was the right call, was the right play, and they're able to get huge value off it. Still, it was an eco round for Bunnies, so they're not going to be too upset, but with how it started, I mean, it's a bit unfortunate.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, my voice. Apologies for that. As now Owljone will be coming out. Buttercup on the Lonesome will be spotted out. Not tagged, however. On top of the box, Really Bolt will be stunning him out. And there is the convergence path as well coming on the side. Better Sandwich trying to find a kill through the toxic wall. Unable to find him, however. But the wall banks are there. Down to 59 HP left remaining. Dart will also scan him out. Viper Spit is available, but there's the Reckoning coming out as well. But the Hunter's Fury able to get the blend out. And there, Riles will be able to get the kill. And now it's down to a 4 versus 5. Hunter's Fury gone towards mid, but doesn't really get a tag. As the Skull will be coming out as well to try and stall out this push. 4 versus 5, and they're all down through mid. They need to be careful as Hwangbao will be dashing on forward. Ready, Refract available on Truth as well. Going for the pick here. Splash able to find 1, able to find 2. Finally gets taken out by Hwangbao. And Hwangbao is going huge here. We've seen him get a pistol 4K, but let's see if he's able to recreate this on the buy. But it's a double swing coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies. In fact, JJ is the one to take down the trade and will be up to Gen 5. 1 versus 3 gets dinked out by the Phantom, and JJ will be putting him down. 5-4. It's a back and forth game here so far, Glitch, and I'm not sure which side is going to be winning it out in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's very back and forth, but I think the one key pattern is, I believe 3 of the rounds that Bunnies have won has been an A finish. They haven't really been winning these B post plants, these B attempts of site hits, and I think Buns are quite aware of that. They're bringing 3 towards A. And Bunnies, they've got to prove they can win this B post plant. They've got to prove they can win this B side.
Yeah, they need to prove it here, right? And let's see if they can. Another defensive cove coming out from the side of the attackers, that is Chubby Bunnies, as they are playing for the orb, but they are actually going to be pushing up instead. Splash has made himself all the way towards top side, with the Really Bolt coming out as well. The Refract trying to dodge it out as well. Beautiful from the side of Truth, but it doesn't matter if you can dodge the utility, because you need to win the gunfight too. Viper Spit coming out from JHK as well. It's a 3 versus 5. Bows of the Buns once again on the back foot. Not a lot to work with here, especially since they are going to be having a flank watch on the side of Chubby Bunnies. It's going to be a full-on retake. If I were them, I'd personally just save the round here, but they may look to force this on the side of Bows of the Buns, but looks like they're second-guessing themselves.
Yeah, they go for the save. It's a logical choice. I mean, it's a really nice call from Bunnies to prove the B, and successfully. I mean, on paper, it's simple as, oh yeah, they're probably going to stack A, let's just go B, but in reality, you've got to have those micro solutions to fix that B post plant. That harbor wall's nice, how they layered the utility on site was really nice. And yeah, Bunnies are really good at adapting over their past failures in these rounds. And just showing that they're not like a stagnant team, they're pretty adaptable.
We gotta pay, move in. Got it?
They haven't been losing out to the same things multiple rounds in a row.
Yeah, I feel like right now, I think Hwangbao, sorry, Bao's of the Buns, which, now when I think about it, Hwangbao is probably the one that created this team, because it's Bao's little Buns and his name is Hwangbao, so I'm assuming this is his team. Not necessarily the IGL, but like definitely his team that was created. But they are, despite, you know, winning out and like tying up, having the game tied up 5-5, I feel like they're starting to lose a bit of control here. But I do like to think Breeze is a bit attacker-sided to a degree, so, you know, I'm not too worried for the side of Bao's little Buns, but right now the Viper Spit will be coming out towards B side, but the Waylay will be executing on forward with Owljone, and will be able to take down Buttercup. The Viper Spit just ends up falling with Splash getting the kill. 4 versus 5 now. Once again, it's Bows to the Buns losing out on the numbers advantage. In fact, JJ is looking for a pick of his own, and he will be able to find Peaceful Bonobo on the mid rotate.
it's such a nice call to just freeze after they get the entry pick and the recall. They just freeze, wait for re-aggression, and they get themselves a numbers advantage. It's like a classic Leviathan thing where they just get a kill, they freeze. It's really nice play from Bunnies. And B's wide open now, even after they had an entry pick there. They're just going to be able to get a free sight. 5v3 post plant once again. Are they going to save this op once more? Or are they going to go for it?
I mean, I feel like you kind of have to save the operator here, no? Because, yes, there's no Viper Spit this time on the side of Chubby Bunnies, so it's not like the worst case scenario in terms of the retake, but they need to find a free pick here. But if the side of Chubby Bunnies decide not to even show themselves, this would be difficult for the side of Bounce of the Buns, but looks like they are going for it. Wang Bao needs to be wary of Splash here, who's down towards backside. The Storm Surge comes out to blind out Gen 5, but the Cove makes this a bit difficult. The off angle is very challenging for the side of Bounce of the Buns. In fact, they do need to push on backwards here. Gen 5 able to get a pick, but will have to run away. Might actually end up falling here, the better sandwich. Indeed, he does, but a 1-for-1 at the retake, but they aren't going to be going for it at the very least here. Truth, we're able to find one. A consolation prize for Truth, but 5-6, once again, as you mentioned, they are saving the operator, and right now, the lead has transferred over to the side of Chubby Bunnies.
Yeah, no, Chubby Bunnies definitely have had quite a phenomenal attack half. I mean, 2 of their rounds they lost out were kind of heroic plays from Buns, so I mean, sure, it makes sense. It's Breeze defense. It's not easy, but I mean, even if they don't get this last round, 5-7's a good half, but Bunnies have just had pretty great calling so far on this attack side.
Yeah, I feel like right now, Bounce of the Buns, so you need to look at the very least tie up this game, tie up the first half, because you don't want to be going down negative here, or like not necessarily negative, but like down in terms of rounds here. As the convergent pass actually comes on forward as well. Wang Bao unable to land the operator shot, but it's an off angle, able to find one, but it's a 2-for-1 at the very least. And now they are going to be pushing on forward. Overdrive has been activated as well from Better Sandwich, trying to hold on to the plant. And now a 3 versus 4 retake. A little bit of an better situation for the side of Bounce of the Buns, but once again, numbers disadvantage and losing sight is not what you want to be seeing here on the defense. As Splash spots out 2.
Be right back.
They're wary of a potential flank here with 3 players down towards main. They are really paranoid on the possible flank, but Splash takes down Gen 5. Saturate coming on forward as well. Refract available. Counter Saturate moving on forward with light speed. Buttercup is the one to find a kill. They do have the Toxic Orb available, and now Sandwich gets shot to the smoke. It's all down to Truth, but the shock darts, the snake bites, it's just not looking possible. First half, it's not really much to work with on the side of Truth, but there's going to be a flag as well, and Sandwich is just clean with the headshot. 5-7, 2-round lead for the side of Chubby Bunny is already at an advantageous half for their side.
Yeah, no, and this is Bun's map pick. Just a little reminder. Chubby Bunnies did pick that attacking side first, so probably their more comfortable side wanted to get a more confident start. Gonna be the defensive side. Could go either team's way still. It's only 5-7. We're gonna have to see the pistol, see the follow-ups, see what the general plans are, but if Buns have a plan similar to Chubby Bunnies there on what that attack side was like, then yeah, obviously we'll have some issues for Bunnies here on this defensive half, but they've had really good ideas on this attacking half. I'm expecting similar stuff from the defense.
I agree, and honestly right now it's been pretty quiet from some of the players of both teams, especially the Harbor players who haven't been really doing too well in these rounds so far. But this looks like a fake out from the side of Bowser the Buns actually, in fact, but Truth is able to find 2. They're doing a fake out, by the way. This is a B-side hit, and yet Truth finds 2, actually 3 in fact. This shouldn't even be happening here, as it will be Chong on the flank. I'm gonna try and find a pick. The refract won't be activated by Truth, which is a good thing, because Chong would have had a free pick here as Gen 5. We actually spotted out Chong here.
Yeah,
Chong moving on forward, looking for the pick, looking for the flank. Will be spotted out finally by Gen 5 and doesn't land the shots. It's a flawless for the side of Bounce of the Buns as they bring the round 6. Okay.
Yeah, 6 to the number above 6.
Yes, exactly.
A flawless round for Buns on the pistol. It was like extremely dominant. They just won out every duel. They were team fighting. Everyone was team fighting. It was really nice from Buns. Really nice pistol. Enjoyed that.
I mean, yeah,
just
Truth
fast
just
play.
got 3. I mean, they were faking out an
Yeah.
A hit, and Truth somehow gets 3, despite that only having Gen 5 supporting him. So that should never have happened.
Yeah, no. Truth did get some pretty big frags there. You're expecting to maybe go even and have the B space, but no. Instead, you have the whole map. But it's a
Exactly,
little Kimball
shouldn't be
stack on
happening.
A.
Yeah, I like the gamble stack actually coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies. In fact, there will be the shorty right click getting killed. In fact, 2 for 1 now. Chong able to find the kill on the Wang Bao, but the spray will be coming out by Gen 5 with an Aries. In fact, a 3K for the Sova. A really strange turn of events here as the Aries. I mean, I'll be honest, I hate the machine guns that are the Aries and the Odin, but I gotta admit they do have a lot of value when it comes to these games, and already they somehow turn it in their favor. In fact, gets a 4K for the Sova, 1 away from the Hunter's Fury, and it's 7-7. This is not what you want to be having here if you're Chubby Bunnies.
Yeah, no. It's don't hate the play, hate the game. LMGs, it's just, I mean, what wins. I mean,
True.
if there's any other gun there, maybe a Phantom would do the same thing, but other guns in that round, I don't think they'd get quite the kills that he got there in the same manner. But yeah, Bunny's gonna have to focus up on this round because it's the big buy round for themselves.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting here. As you mentioned, right? Bonus round for the side of Chubby Bunnies. They need to, at the very least, close this out in a clean fashion. If they end up losing more than 2 players, I mean, even if they win out the round, it'll be costly. A Splash maybe pushed out of his angle here. Does have the refract available and will be pushing up on towards the orb player that is Peaceful Bonobo. Not a single player guarding him, and even gets to think on the Gen 5.
No, the confidence from Splash this game so far has been absolutely stellar. He's just taken every fight and he's won every fight. I don't think every time we've watched this guy, he's actually lost a fair one-on-one duel. He's just been really standing out for the side of Bunny so far.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
Able to get that early pick, bringing a 4v5 situation to the side of Chubby Bunnies.
Yeah, it's a pretty good situation. A pretty good, like, standing right now for them in this round, because they should be able to win this out now with the numbers advantage, especially having the better weaponry as Riles. I mentioned the Harbor's not having a good game this game so far, so Wang Bao needs to be careful because Riles, this might be the round that he will be popping off here, but Splash, we've been mentioning how good he is. Let's see if he can look for the opening pick, looking for the Ross thing potentially, but Wang Bao spots him out. I believe his elbow was actually showing there, as now it's going to be a full-on retake coming on forward, but Better Sandwich is unable to find a kill. Wang Bao and Truth supporting each other here, now turning it around to a 3 versus 2. Hunter's Fury coming out as well, getting the tag on the Riles, and now he needs to run away, unable to dodge it out just yet, but finally, another tag comes on out. JJ, low on HP with the Regent Shield, able to find Truth, looking for a second one, gets the headshot, and Gen 5 is low on HP. The Regent Shield gives JJ the advantage here, 70 HP on his side, 2 Vandal bullets. Besides that, Gen 5 is 1 Vandal bullet left remaining on his HP. So JJ needs to be careful. Doesn't spot out this barrel just yet. I believe the shock darts are available. He's going to be running on forward. Thinks he's in main. Gen 5 is able to get the kill down through tiles, and the bonus goes to the side of Bowser the Buns.
It looked a little scary. It looked like JJ was going to pull out some heroics once more in this tournament, but able to shut it down for Gen 5. It's a 4v5 situation for Chubby Bunnies, and they just lose out the duels. Splash shows a little bit of his shoulder. Buns gonna capitalize. 4v4 situation. They charge through the site, get the numbers, and I mean the only reason it was closer really was because of JJ's heroics.
Yeah, I think right now, okay, Splash, what Peaceful Bonobo. Once again, the Harbors are just not having a good time this game, as Chong is able to find one of his own, but it's a 2 for 2 up at the moment, 3 versus 3, and Better Sandwich tries to get out of the angle here. Truth with a 3-piece. We're talking about Splash here, but Truth is showcasing himself. The other Waylay, the Waylay of Bowser the Buns. I mean, at the end of the day, right, in Law and Order, the Truth will always come out, and it will be Truth himself popping out here in a 4-piece, 9-7. Bowser the Buns are looking dominant right now in the second half on attack.
Yeah, no, I would almost call the timeout here for the side of Chubby Bunnies, but I mean, it has only been 2 buy rounds, but you just want to get that reset, get that mental reset, but it's not too bad not calling a timeout here. You're still only 2 rounds down. looks like for the side of Bunnies, they are pretty confident with this setup, which makes sense. I mean, if you have a defense setup, it's really just those protocols that need the touching up on.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, they need to like change things up in the very least, but you know, the side of Bounce to the Buns, if they can make it work right, if they can actually play into this, Converted Pat's actually going on forward, his own light speed, but a relay, but JJ, despite being hindered, is able to find a kill, but will be traded out. They do end up spotting out better sandwich as well. Peaceful Bonobo, the one to find up the pickup, and now it's a 4 versus 3. Low on HP on the Harbor, but it doesn't really matter because the utility is still available. Cove coming on out, but as I say that, he ends up dying to a shock dart from Chong. Evening up the numbers, it is a buy round for the side of Chubby Bunnies. Rouse actually finds skill to Gen 5, but again, it's a 1-for-1 now. Buttercup needs to be careful. The one-way Storm Surge comes out as well, completely blinded out. Jump up coming out forward by Chong, but it's a numbers, and even actually as Riles catches it on the jump. Unfortunate timing there from the side of Basil the Buns, but it will be Riles to clutch it up.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice util from the side of Chubby Bunnies, but nearly slips because of Onob. I mean, looked like he was gonna pull off a madness, but gets shut down right at the end by Riles. That's the clutch that he needed for his confidence back, I think. I mean, that's gonna be a confidence booster for the Harbor. And overall, that round was a good bit better. I still think JJ getting that kill on site was probably one of the biggest parts why that round was close. Also, that peek through the Harbor wall was a little unfortunate. So quite a few unfortunate deaths for Buns. So I don't think Bunnies are in a comfortable position yet.
Yeah, I feel like right now, they need to be careful, right? They do have the ultimates available on the side of Chubby Bunnies, so they can actually utilize it in this round. But the Hunter's Fury is coming out as well with the Reading Bolt. It's perfect. They get the stun up and able to get the kill now. Of course, it was an ultimate expended here, but at the very least, that is the value you need, right? To get at least a small advantage into this round. And now, of course, Big Storm is available on the side of Bounce to the Buns, so they can look to find the value with that ultimate, but it's an ultimate that's kind of hard to really maximize here, as Buttercup actually ends up taking down Splash.
Yeah, Splash loses out that duel there. It's a pretty big duel to lose out. JJ gets caught on the timing. Bonobo gonna take the B site. Now Truth gonna try to forward the spike, and I mean Bonobo gets another kill, doing a lot of work into this round. 4v2 situation gets another. I mean, it's a 1v4 situation.
I mean, Reckoning's available, but I don't think you're gonna be expending it here. And you know, I think I kind of like reverse jinxed it in the sense that I was talking about Bonobo and Riles not having a very good game so far, and yet Bonobo had a very good round here, getting 3K, an opening pick as well on the contact play that Bowser the Buns were running, and the value is there. They take sight, they take a pick, and they win out the round. They're the first double digits here, 10-8. Let's see if they can close out this game, though.
Yeah. Defense side struggles for Chubby Bunnies. Haven't really found their footing yet. And they've kind of been... I think Buns have had some pretty nice reads and calls in these rounds, but a lot of the time they're winning out these early duels that could decide these rounds. And the way Buns play on this attack, they can kind of choose their tempo, which is a little bit different to how they were on defense, and gives them a little bit of the advantage to try and play these duels that they want.
And right now, they're going to be trying to force the duels here as pushing on forward. Truth is able to find one, find two. JJ, however, with the lurk up, able to find one of his own, but Truth is ready for it. Low on HP, Saturate comes on forward as well. Riles hiding behind the wall here, needs to be careful, and there it is. Splash able to find one, but Wang Bao has walked his way on forward. Splash 1 versus 3. Snakebite comes out, gets revealed, has to back away with the refract, but Wang Bao pushing on forward, swaps potentially to the Sheriff, but gets hit by the Saturate, but Buttercup is ready to support his teammate, and now Shock Dart's nearly killing his own teammate there, it seems, but it's 11-8. It was a save round from the side of Chubby Bunnies, but a very dangerous position they are in right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a big round. You've got 4 ultimates. You can try and force an 11-9 here with your ultimates, but after that, you've got to start coming up with some better plans. I mean, Bunnies haven't really found anything on this defensive half. They haven't had answers to whatever Val's Buns have really decided to do. And if they don't make any adjustments, it's going to stay like that. But it is a good adjustment from Bunnies here. A little bit of a mid-fight, mid-pressure, and moving JJ to this A site.
Yeah, I feel like JJ needs to be careful. The Reckoning was also expended, right, onto this A-side play and through mid. So there should be a site for the taking on the side of Bounce to the Buns. In fact, Truth finds a kill to Chung. That shouldn't even be happening here. Huang Bao finds a kill to Splash as well. No longer having the convergent patch. At the very least, Better Sandwich is able to pick off one. But Peaceful Waterfall was ready for the trade. In fact, gets a second as well onto Riles. Harbor diff, I would say, as now 12 to 8. Peaceful Bonobo nearly getting killed by his own teammate once again. I mean, they're really having fun here on the side of Bounce to the Buns.
Yeah, no, after that bonus, I reckon they've started just to play a little bit more loose, play a little bit more for fun. They're taking these duels, not exactly together, I'd say, but they are just winning out every duel, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, the trades will be there in time. You've got such mechanical players on Bao's Buns, and none of the ults used for Chubby Bunnies, but it's still 12 to 8.
Agreed. And honestly, anything's winnable here. Anything's possible here on the side of Chubby Bunnies as they're scaling up down towards mid. Buttercup may be in for a surprise here if he's not careful. As the Toxic Wall goes down and they're ready for him. A Judge play in and Better Sandwich gets the pick. And now they're forced into this B side. And yet Peaceful Bonobo takes down JJ, who was in the Viper's pit. Convergent Paths also activated on the side of Bounce to the Buns. But now it will be the counter Reckoning coming on forward from the side of Chubby Bunnies as they look to scale on forward with the Cove. But Peaceful Bonobo takes down Riles. In fact, they are falling left and right here. Convergent Paths still available. That will be activated now. Unable to land anyone, however. It's all down to Splash, and the 1 versus 3 takes down the kill onto Harbor and will be hunting for more, but the spike is running all the way down towards A. However, Huang Bao gives it a 1v1. It's all down to Gen 5 in this 1 versus 1 duel as Spike will be planted towards A site.
I mean, it's gonna be a hard round for
Spike
Zong.
planted.
Wait, no. Splash.
It's Gen 5.
Splash.
And Splash, yes.
Yes. It's gonna be a hard round for Splash to win here. I mean, the CT
No
throw
info.
from Gen 5 is nice, and
He hears him.
Just went out.
Oh, he actually
Yeah.
gets the spot out, but he was running it a bit too quickly. He knew he could have been close here, but Gen 5 was very much ready for that push-up and now was able to get and secure map number 1 for the side of Bounce to the Buns, 13 to 8.
Yeah, no, rough second half for the side of Chubby Bunnies. It looks like their attacking half is really nice. I really like
Attacker side of map, granted, right? So
yeah, but so the defense, they didn't adjust in time, which is unfortunate. Buns, I mean, it's quite hard to adjust to a style like that, and we can actually see on the first bloods, Buns only had 7 first bloods total. Like, Chubby Bunnies were getting these early man advancement situations, but these players on Battlestar Buns were just fragging out.
yeah, I feel like, you know, despite them getting first bloods on the side of Chubby Bunnies, right, they're unable to secure the round because they're just struggling to actually play off their numbers advantage. I feel like Bounce to the Buns were just much faster with the trades and played the map much more brilliantly, I'd say, on a map like Bleeze.
Yeah,
Chubby Bunnies could only find 1 on that second half.
yeah, rough second half for them for sure. But I mean, active 25 and 13. I mean, on that attacking half especially, we definitely saw him come more alive. He was making some pretty insane plays on that attacking side.
I feel like right now it was Wisp. Oh my gosh, like who the hell is that? I don't know who that is.
That's not from that's not from this game.
Hold on a second, but
don't worry about that.
like, you know, don't worry about that, guys. Yeah. But I gotta say, you know, already we got to see a little bit of a interesting. We got to see a beautiful showcase from the side of Truth as well, who went 25 and 13, mind you. So already don't mind the active, by the way. That's Truth, who went 25, 13, and 4, 323 ACS. Was very much dominant in this game. Oh,
Yeah.
but apparently his name is actually active. By the way, it's just his IGN, like the in-game name is Truth. So just to clarify that, guys, because the IGNs and the submitted names don't always align here. But active is his actual given name in the tournament. So he actually popped off really hard here, being the entry duelist as well, mind you. Splash got 8 first bloods, but Truth, not too far behind with 5 first bloods of his own. I feel like the duelists are the star players here on both sides.
Yeah, definitely. Both the duelists here were definitely just pulling out some insane stuff like Splash, getting some insane early frags. Like he was really good at those early frags. Another player who played pretty well from the side of Chubby Bunnies was actually JJ. I think a lot of his plays were pretty sound. He did nearly get that 1v3 clutch, which could have saved the bonus conversion, but yeah, no, still strong showing from Chubby Bunnies on the opponent's map pick. They've got their map pick of Lotus next, and we'll be doing that after a 5-minute break.
Can't shut me up, me have enough things to say. Real dog gun, we not in a delay. Say we are chat live and we are listen Johnny K. Play enough for so you can say you're a lad. Have whole heap of girl that a link a lot. Me a the big dog, rough now must win a lot. And every month I hit pass, I spin the slots. Tell you the truth, we not gonna tell you no lie. Better bye. Better bye. Listen, my song kill that the hi-fi. Better bye. Better bye. Now go die. Bye. Now go die.
Welcome back, everybody. Map 1 was kind of a banger. Both teams had a really strong attack showing, but in the end, the side of Battle of the Buns able to close out that attack pretty dominantly. And now we're coming into Lotus, which is the pick of Chubby Bunnies.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, right, it was a really comfortable second half for the side of Battle of the Buns, dominating that attacking side. And I'm wondering how they'll change things up here on Lotus, because it is another big map. In fact, we're seeing, you know, I could have sworn I casted like last Monday, and this was the exact same map layout as well, with it being Breeze, Lotus, Haven. I could have sworn these are the exact same maps I casted. So we're seeing it's something similar here with that. A lot of these teams prefer these bigger maps, and Lotus 3-site map as well. I'm excited to see how this will be played on the attacking side, the most attack-sided map in the game, by the way. So Battle of the Buns, if they prefer the aggressive position that they love, I'm pretty sure they're going to do something similar again, especially since they're going to be on the attack side first.
Yeah. Battle's Buns picked attack. They wanted to start off strong this time. Makes sense. And for the side of Chubby Bunnies, I mean, the Lotus attack-sided, like being attack-sided, is a little better than how it has been in the past. I mean, it's sort of like a little attack-sided. Obviously, we're in a double duels meta, so generally going to be more attack-sided. But the side of Chubby Bunnies are going to be a lot more comfortable on this Lotus. Like, I think they've played Lotus a good amount to be pretty comfortable. They did lose it out to Trident, but Trident are extremely good at Lotus. Like, it's like,
That's fair.
It's like Trace Esports and Champs 24, I believe, where they were really good at Ascent and one other map, I forgot. I think it was Lotus. But yeah, definitely, like the Chubby Bunnies aren't bad at Lotus. Their only notable losses are like Trident and such. We will be heading into the Agent Select in a moment.
Yeah, we are going to be going into that Agent Select. I am excited to see what, in the sense that these picks aren't going to be too crazy, right? You're going to be expecting that Omen, you're going to be expecting that Fade, you're going to be expecting maybe a fast entry duelist, as we see Neon, right, for Sandwich, who is very much comfortable on an agent such as that. So I'm not expecting too much of a crazy draft coming out from both sides, but of course I may see some like interesting picks here and there, right? We do know that Chubby Bunnies loves running that Vise composition compared to, let's say, the Chamber meta that's been being ran on Lotus, which it seems like Battle of the Buns are leaning towards on the side, with Buttercup hovering onto this Chamber as well. What do you think about that?
I mean, Onop on Chamber is, if you've seen it, you've seen it. It's great. Onop, he's a very strong mechanical player. He can do some things. I think Onop on Chamber makes good sense. The rest of their comp is quite aggressive. They've got that Chamber for that defensive side prowess, and then the way the Neon just run it down, kind of comp with the Sky. Pretty fast-paced comp for the side of Battle of the Buns. Makes sense for how they played that Breeze attack side. And for the side of Chubby Bunnies, their comp leans into their style as well. I think it makes sense. Yeah, they've got the Waylay, the Neon.
Yeah, I mean,
similar duelist, yeah.
Yeah, they're just running something they're comfortable with, right? They love running the Neon Waylay a lot. Like, it's always Sandwich and Neon and always splash on that Waylay, right? And Chong, of course, the traditional initiator, Riles on the smokes, and JJ as well, being the flex that he is, who's gonna be on Vise this time, which I'm a big fan of. I love Vise on this map, by the way. Of course, ever since the nerf on the Arc Rose, it's a little harder to play her, because it's harder to actually gain information without that Arc Rose tag. Of course, now, with that being said, right, a lot of teams have been leaning towards this Chamber pickup, which is going to be the side of Battle of the Buns on that Chamber, right, who is very good at contesting space in the early game and on the attacking side because of the Rendezvous. So I'm wondering if they're going to be doing something similar, because it does look like to be the case with Buttercup placing that Rendezvous for that A-Rubble contest.
Yeah, and A has been left open. The side of Chubby Bunny's got a little bit of a pistol of their own here to kind of, looks like to fight out Crunch. Yep, it's going to be a big fight. Coming into the spawn, no one's looking the way of the main, but the trades come in, but finally Sandwich able to get the last two, and it leaves it into a 1v4 situation for Onob, and, 1v3. But it'll be a little rough here.
Oh, that was a little bit winnable for Onob actually there, as he's able to find one on the splash. But it was a beautiful crunch coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies as they swarm down through B and through C mound at the same time, catching them off guard. And the beautiful dark cover, by the way, to block out that A lobby contest. So Buttercup or Onob could not actually help on that swing, right? And they just get completely surrounded on the side of Bowser the Buns, losing out on the pistol. But the previous game as well, they lost pistol and they still ended up winning the game. So let's see how this turns out.
It's a forced round from Bowser the Buns. They got a Stinger Rush B. It's a big call. If it works out, it's going to pay off immensely. The A fight comes in, and Bowser Bun's just going to speed up onto the B side. The wall is going to separate this hit a little. Just the Duel is charging forwards now. Going to be big task for JJ here, but he's not going to be able to get the kill, and they're just going to pivot C.
Yeah, Truth is actually able to get the kill onto JJ with that Stinger. In fact, that is your main Sentinel, your only Sentinel actually, on C side down. So that's a free site for the taking Chong. Holding on with the Ghost, trying to go for the pick, but it is going to be a Bulldog on the hands of Huang Bao. Unable to land the shots, but finally will be able to take down the Fade. Door will be opening up as well. Sandwich with the Marshall looking for a pick, but they are playing it so carefully on the side of Bowser the Buns. But finally, they are pushing on forward with the light speed, with a shot step, looking for the swing, but they are completely surrounded as despite Splash finding one, there's not a single pickup being made after that. In fact, they only lose one player, and with that, it's a repeat of Breeze. The anti-eco goes in the favor of Bowser the Buns.
This time it's a little more intentional for themselves, obviously. The Stingers by Borden, I mean, it's a big, bold call, but it's a really confident and nice call from Bowser Buns to go for that B. They go for the kill onto JJ, get the kill, and they know C's open. It's a really nice plan because they hear the A fight. Good mid-rounding from Bowser Buns here. And showcasing, I mean, a little bit of confidence coming to Lotus. It's not just going to be Bunny's map here.
JJ was able to get a kill right off the arc. Was able to find a pick. In fact, Wang Bao also ends up falling through the smoke. They're getting chipped down on the side of Bowser the Buns. In fact, even Gen 5 is already low on HP, and now this 3 versus 5 is not looking good. A little bit of an off angle from Peaceful Bonobo. Can look for the kill on the better Sandwich. In fact, will spot him out, but gets tagged nonetheless. Does have the regen armor at the very least, but now 3 versus 4 need to be careful because 3 players on the side of Chubby Bunnies are playing towards this angle. In fact, JJ gets one, looking for another pick. Riles with the right click classic, taking him down. It's all down to Gen 5.
Yeah, it's all down to him, and they know he's tagged up, but the regen shield might do him a favor here. They're probably going to expect him to be a little lower than he actually is. So he has a decent shot at this.
He does reveal himself. Does throughout the haunt, has the Vandal opening the door, trying to bait out a little bit of a peek, but Riles knows better. Knows that he's not going to be falling for this bait, especially since they have Splash holding onto that B entrance. So they know Gen 5 is still on this angle. But look at the bullets. Only 6 bullets left remaining in the chamber. No pun intended, because the chamber is dead on the side of Bowser the Buns. But now, C's coming on forward as well, looking for the pick. Potentially looking for the swing, able to get a shot down. Riles low on HP, will be putting down dark cover, but Gen 5 has made his way across. Can look for the plant, can look for the swing, but the Haunt gets thrown out as well. They are 3 players after all on this side, looking for the junk swing, but Gen 5 is able to find a pick on forward, but 5 seconds left remaining. Gen 5 with another kill as well, but 2 seconds left. It's not enough time for the spike plant, and it will be around for Chubby Bunnies, and Chong goes for the flank, taking him down. And with that, it's a 2-1.
Yeah, no, I know with how they're playing that with those right clicks. I'm like, how is this guy not dead? The regen shield has done so much, like, it healed him twice. But, I mean, the side of Chubby Bunny said played that eco nice after they got the initial 3v5. Not really giving up any free kills. Closing it out pretty cleanly. That end 3v1, they were just feeding one by one, just making sure he doesn't spike down.
And look at this, a push-up coming out from the side of Chubby Bunnies, completely taking full control of that Rubbles area. As the Hunt comes on forward, they're going to be pivoting towards C-side. But again, this is where the Vice is. You're normally comfortable leaving your Sentinel on their own here, as they can look to stall out this push. Razorvines activated. They can look to cross on forward with that light speed. In fact, the Shrouded Step as well on top. JJ needs to back out of the corner here as the Arcos will be planning them out. But now they no longer have the utility left remaining for this retake on this Vice. So now, Little bit of a scale up.
Spike planted.
Also, the Buns are playing on forward, trying to take some space down towards Waterfall. The Nightfall being activated as well, pushing the side of Chubby Bunnies forward. JJ able to find a trade, and now the Steel Garden coming on forward as well. But Wang Bao is just a little bit too fast for the side of Chubby Bunnies. And now 3 versus 4, looking to swing. Buttercup able to rendezvous out of there. It will be Peaceful Bumble looking for the 3K. The old man on the side of Bowser the Buns completely decimate Chubby Bunnies.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, you typically don't see him on the harbor. He's on a more comfortable agent, starting to pop off once again. Bonobo doing insane heroics inside there. He's just head on a swivel, getting 3, closing out the round pretty cleanly. I mean, Bunnies, they're trying to break back in, but just shot down by Bonobo.
I feel like Bonobo just had a stellar round there, and now tied up 2-2. This looks so familiar to me, right? But Bowser the Buns, I mean, attacker-sided map, they need to make the most out of this attack side, right? And they're trying to split up the map here a little bit, aware that the Vice is on C, but with Rubble control, they can look to actually scale up towards A side here from the shadows. Up low.
Yeah, it's a speed up.
Yeah, they're running on forward. Refract also available. Truth able to find a kill on the better sandwich, and Wang Bao actually gets the flank. I don't think they were aware of that. In fact, they weren't ready at all. Chong and Splash end up falling to the Neon, and now they're going to be pushing on forward here down towards Defender Spawn, and Truth finds a kill on the JJ Rouse. The sole remaining player of the side of Chubby Bunnies may be taken down here with the classic only in hand. It's going to be a flawless for the side of Bowser the Buns as they take the round convincingly. They still have the convergent paths available as well.
Yeah. I mean, the Chubby Bunnies side, they're still able to buy up into this next round. 3 light shields, no outlawed. What? No, they buy not. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. An upper board, 2 ultimates away. I mean, Buns can look to maybe snowball this with the overdrive and the convergent paths there. I think it's gonna have to be a really nice plan from Chubby Bunnies to win out this round.
Definitely. I feel like there's going to be a very interesting round now for the side of Chubby Bunnies, as they need to try and convert something here, but of course they are a little bit on the disadvantage now, and it's only JJ on A side. The Sentinel once again left on their lonesome to fend off for themselves, as Sheer will be activated. Prowler spotting him out. Razorvine to stall out the push through doors, but they're rotating fast here on the side of Chubby Bunnies. Convergent Paths, however, is available. Haunt coming on forward towards back side. And Truth is going to be activating the ultimate. They're going to be scaling on forward. Sees down towards drop with the light speed. Arc Rose blinding out at least a little bit of them. As Wang Bao gets taken down by JJ, trying to scale up towards drop and gets taken down. JJ trying to look for more. Ends up falling towards that angle. Prowler comes on forward as well, able to find a pick. And now it will be Truth surrounded, unable to find a pick off. And Buttercup running down through the smoke. Rouse is ready. And with that, only 1 player falling on the side of Chubby Bunnies as they take a round and tying up the game 3-3.
Yeah, JJ not falling to the trap of wanting to anchor a site, get one, and get out. He just accepts that they've got the convergent pass, he has to get out, and it's a really smart play. And they double hold this drop, get the over-aggression, and just it leads into a really nice retake for the side of Chubby Bunnies. Really good micros and macros there overall in that round. And already this defensive half has been a lot better for themselves than that attacking half, sorry, that defensive half on Breeze. And that's only going to be better once we come to the attack side. So looks like Chubby Bunnies could be leading themselves towards this map win if they keep this up.
I do think there's a lot of possibilities here on the side of Chubby Bunnies, right? As they are going to be playing defensively once again. They actually have 3 players stacked up towards C, so they're trying to like leave a lot of their Sentinel utility towards A, but that Neon actually is the one that's going to be holding on to A side instead of the Vice. So they're shifting things a little bit, trying to make the side of Bowser the Buns second guess themselves. The Hunt comes out, they're actually able to scale past the one way, but Splash does get the trade on the Peaceful Bonobo. The controller now dead on the side of Bowser as now Wang Bao gets a wall bang down towards Splash. Prowler will be coming on forward as well to get the tag. The orb will be picked up by Gen 5, but Buttercup, you need to find opening pick here. I think better sandwiches are going to be caught unawares. In fact, that is going to be the tour de force with the opening pick on that A site. And now, Vice utility is still available, but this should be a pivot for the side of Bounce on the Buns.
Yeah, and this creep upstairs is pretty nice from Onob here. Able to get a little bit of a timing there. Looks like it's going to be a B split, and it's a nice call. I assume Onop calls for that so he can get the kill onto JJ. It's a really nice plan coming into this round from Baus Buns here. 4v3 situation, and it looks like they have an iron grip on this post plant.
3 versus 4, they have the advantage. Through the force also available. Huang Bao gets the kill to JJ, and this looks way more improbable for the side of Chubby Bunnies, as they are going to be looking to save this most likely in this round, as it looks like Rouse and Splash are just going to be playing these off angles for the exit frags.
Last player standing.
I know I better get anything, and just Splash now, low HP, has to hold his ground. And Active gonna be the first to fall. Oh no, trying to play with his food to let all the bullets. He runs out on Bao able to get the kill. And it's a really nice mid-round play from the side of Baus Little Buns. Really nice plans, and both teams having quite good plans coming into each of these rounds on their individual round wins. It's less heroics and more just nice macro coming out from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think Baus Little Buns are definitely just able to take oversight pretty convincingly. The problem is that they usually, I mean, granted, you know, you need to expend utility, right? But a lot of the times they're expending so much of it. But the side of Chubby Bunnies are playing way more laid back and way more relaxed and way more behind, right? Away from the utility. But as I say that, they're actually playing forward here. Convergent Bat's actually coming on forward as well. The Paranoid to try and stall out this push on forward. The Overdrive being activated this time from Sandwich here, as Buttercup and Truth, however, take them down one by one, excuse me, out of the attack side. Become the defenders on their attacking spawn, and they end up winning a flawless, despite all the ultimates being expended by Chubby Bunnies.
Yeah, it's an amazing paranoia from Bonobo there. I mean, it completely stalls out that C side. Could have been a different round if he's not able to get that out. Really nice plays from the side of Baus Little Buns. It looked like Bunnies were going to try and recover from that, but once Buns knew that their fight was there, they could use that little time from the paranoia to reorganize, and the B main fight and the C fight just slightly disjointed after that.
Definitely, and now it looks like Baus Little Buns are definitely able to scale up and able to take advantage of every single mistake that Chubby Bunnies are making. In fact, JJ's the one to fall, and now the Shrouded Step coming on forward as well, but the C's beautiful Splash gets taken down by Peaceful Bonobo. Couldn't hear the Shrouded Step. Paranoia coming out from Rouse a bit too soon, I'd say. Saturate doesn't land on the Omen, however, gets swung on forward by 2 players. Peaceful Bonobo on the lookings for an ace potentially here, as Chong ends up falling to Gen 5. Able to take down 1, but it's not enough. Sandwich caught on Waterfall. Operator in hand, not the best.
Oh my god, he's trying to...
He's trying to jump.
I would apologize to them.
What's happening? Sorry.
He's trying to jump on the glitch spot. I don't know if that's still in the game, but there's like a little ledge you can jump on the C box.
Are you serious?
On the side. Yes. And that's what he was going for.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. Interesting. My gosh, I need to read up on the glitches here, but I mean, your name is certainly Glitch, so I'm not surprised you know the glitches, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. it's an interesting glitch, but I'm pretty sure it got patched in the last update. I'm not certain.
Maybe it probably was, honestly, but I mean, it shouldn't really matter like now here, as a beautiful entry from Truth, and Buttercup also finding a pick as well all the way towards A side on Splash, and Truth needs to be careful, scaling a bit too fast, but still ends up finding 2. Chong able to get the trade, but I mean, of course, the Guardian, it's a bit difficult to play off this angle here, as Wang Bao, you don't have a high gear available, you actually end up getting a free kill, giving a free kill towards Chong, as now Prowler clear out close, 8 bullets left in the chamber. Let's get. Are they still trying it? Please tell me they're not trying.
Still trying.
Yo, Glitch, you gotta lock in, buddy.
Oh no, that's the final kill. And then he's trying to jump on it, of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, really clean round from Baus Buns, and they're getting really confident, having a lot of fun with it. I mean, you can see it. They're trying to jump on a little ledge. They're having good fun. They've got some good ultimates coming in. A big round for Chubby Bunnies. Gonna be probably the most important round for this game. If they lose this, they're probably not winning the game. If they win it, they have a really good shot on their attacking side if they can get this 5-7 or something similar to that.
Yeah, I'm sure they want to be looking for like a 5-7, right? At the very least, especially since, again, attacker-sided map. You want to play for a really good defense to have that sort of like advantage, just like being down on rounds. As now, this B site sounds like a good idea for the side of Bounce to the Buns. As they're pushing forward from the shadows. Wait, hold on. It will be up from the shadows towards C. In fact, they pivot towards the C angle. And I don't think they'll be expecting Peaceful Bonobo, who's lurked himself all the way down towards the defender's area. And now, it's all up to Huang Bao solely on B side. Able to find one, able to find two. It's a 3K for this Neon. And yet, he ends up falling at the very least, but it will be jump on forward. Buttercup with a jumping operator shot, able to take down Chong. And with that, 3-8, we're not looking at a 7-5 half. In fact, we're looking at a little bit more of a stronger attacking side from Bounce to the Buns.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite dominant. It's just it's looking like bunnies are losing a little bit of life now. And it's going to be a force, and you're kind of looking at the next half. If you win this round, it'll be from this trap play that's been called. And it does look like Buns might be walking into it, so they could get themselves 4-8 half, but going to be important B fight here.
Ooh, this is going to be an interesting position here from the side of Bounce to the Buns as they get pushed on forward. It's a 2-for-2 at the very least, but the Convergent Pats also do end up coming on forward. Truth tries to run on forward away from the ultimate, but Riles was ready with the judge, and now it's going to be Bounce to the Buns on the back foot here as they need to just try and run away the Prowler. Not scanning them out. But of course, the Vice utilities on each side, they can be stalled out here or locked into a corner as they are going to be entering at the very least.
Yeah. It's a 3v2 situation now. The plan is going to get down pretty early for the side of Buns. I mean, Bunny's going to have to speed this up now. They don't know at all where the other two players are. Clears it out with a Fade Eye, but...
They do have like heaven control, right? From the shadows, we'll try to clear out tree. In fact, Gen 5 will be breaking it immediately. So they won't be able to see anything as Steel Garden will be coming on forward as well to try and clear it out. I don't think they actually get tagged on the side of Bounce to the Buns, but no, it will be the ban on Gen 5. And yet he gets two, despite having weaker weaponry. In fact, there is going to be potential crossfire here as Gen 5 is trying to look for one, but the smoke will make it a bit difficult to take. The spike is sticking Shorty in the hands of Buttercup, and he gets a jumping Shorty, a 2 versus 3 clutch in favor of Bounce to the Buns.
Yeah, the 2v3, it's quite unfortunate. The ult is a nice idea, but the Bandit, super unexpected. And able to get a 2k there. I mean, it's a buffed Bandit. It's really good on like every round except the pistol. And it's a little rough for the side of Chubby Bunnies. They've got to win this pistol. I mean, they got the first one. They've got to get the second one. They can start snowballing this attack side. They were showing a lot better signs on that attacking side. So yeah, I mean, it's just gonna have to be a pretty good attacking side for the side bunnies.
Yeah, I feel like Chubby Bunnies, they definitely need to take advantage of this right now as... Oh. I actually did not know. What's the skin called? The Sheriff with the... Is it the Primordial? I forget what it's called. But I didn't even realize they had a Sheriff skin for that. Sorry, I just got distracted by that. One of my favorite skins, actually, with the Vandal. Anyways, Chubby Bunnies gonna be executing towards this B-side pivot here through Baby Door. In fact, Buttercup is gonna be trying to look on forward here on the aggressive angle, but they're able to clear it out. Buttercup actually gets a free kill to Chong here. That should not have happened. In fact, we're gonna be surrounded here on the side of Chubby Bunnies. Yet Better Sandwich was ready for the push up from the chamber, and now they're low on HP on the side of Bounce to the Buns here, but they're able to even up the numbers. 3 versus 3. Spike has yet to be planted. Tapping it out. Gen 5 with a Sheriff. The prelude to chaos, as that's the skin I was looking for. In fact, able to find one, but Riles is ready. 15 HP left remaining, unable to get the kill. However, no, the right click classic is beautiful, but Truth gets a double, in fact, with the light speed, able to find the last remaining player on the side of Chubby Bunnies, and will bring themselves to double digits right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, active getting the kill onto JJ there. JJ not able to close out the clutch there. And it's a pretty big pistol to lose. They're going to have to force up Stingers. And they are super ready for this. They are buying big. I mean, they've got a Guardian, a Vandal, an Odin no shield. Yeah. An Ares instead. But yeah, big buys coming out from the side of Basel Buns. They want to close this out. They don't want to get ecoed here.
Definitely not. In fact, look at this. There's gonna be a stack up actually from Bounce to the Buns. They're reading Chubby Bunnies very beautiful here, I'd say. In fact, Bounce to the Buns, if they can get a pick here, it would be beautiful as Peaceful Bonobo is doing the shot and step on forward to the corner, and now it'll be a push on forward towards his beast site. In fact, JJ's able to find the kill onto Peaceful Bonobo. In fact, they can actually look to scale down towards A, but Spike will be planted towards his B site instead. They have Baby Door control. Wang Bao, aware of the fact there could be a lurk. Razor Vine activated. JJ, 10 HP. In fact, Gen 5 is able to fight the kill, but the Paranoia actually blinds up his own teammate. In fact, Gen 5 able to find 2 with the Ares, going for more, getting the push up. In fact, gets a 3K, and it's all down to better sandwich with a Stinger. 20 HP left remaining. Prowler at hand, trying to stall it out, but Gen 5 just runs him down with a submachine gun of his own, and will be bringing them 2 rounds away from closing out the game and the series.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heartbreaker for the side of Bunnies. You get that early pick onto Bonobo, kind of forced to play a little insane with the judge there. But it looked like it was a good start, but just losing out to the Ares there it's gotta be heartbreaking. This time, I mean, it's gotta be more of a mental thing. It's only been 2 rounds on that attacking side. There's not too much to talk about in terms of what Bao's little buns are doing. So it's just more of a mental thing, I would assume, for this timeout. You're just saying, look, it's 3-11, it's our map pick, we're on a comfortable side. If we want to win this game, we can, but we need to just do it 1 round at a time, something like that. And just start to try and snowball these rounds, start to get this lead, because I'm telling you, no one on the side of Bunnies is going to have good morale after that round.
I mean, definitely not. I feel like they're struggling quite a bit here on the side of Chubby Bunnies. In fact, that was a force buy, mind you, so they don't really have a lot of economy to work with here, despite it supposedly being the bonus. And I think Bounce to the Buns will be taking advantage of that because they can look to force buy some rifles. The Outlaw on Buttercup will be deadly given the light armor on the side of Chubby Bunnies. So I'm kind of worried for them. I don't know if a comeback is potentially, I don't know if it's possible here anymore.
Yeah, no, losing the previous round was a pretty big round to lose. I mean, the pistol, the previous round, both big rounds, and it gets to a point where every round's a big round now.
There.
And so
Definitely.
we're just gonna outplay them at this point, but Bonobo gets
no one breaks the
tag with the
haunt.
eye.
I mean, how does no one break the haunt there? Paranoia comes out, able to get the blind, the Buttercup, but he has to rendezvous with the back out of here. Peaceful. What is Bonobo doing? Excuse me. Rouse gets another one as well, but it just doesn't matter. Buttercup ready with the head hunter, and they are now on match point here, Bounce to the Buns.
Match point.
Match and series point. Oh no, get a timeout of his own.
Bonobo is calling the timeout? What? Why?
A little bit of BM, I think.
Either that, or they just, hey, let's not think about it that way. That's too negative. Maybe they just wanna secure the round with the Nightfall, right? Play off the utility that they have, right? So let's not think negative here. Let's think positive. Speaking of positive, every single player in Bounce Little Buns is positive, by the way. Well, everyone in Chubby Bunnies is negative. I'm sorry, but they are struggling right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be positive when you're 3-12 down. You're into, I mean, at least for Bunnies, this does give them a decent shot at the comeback. They can use this timeout to talk about this buy round where they have a better buy because of the 3 losses in a row now. But still, it's still gonna be rough. I mean, this timeout is a hurt to the ego as well. You know, Buns probably want to close this out pretty quick.
Yes, they definitely do, and I think there's a lot of potential for that to be the case here. With it gonna be both a double buy round from both sides, I believe, but I still feel like it's a little bit of a difficult situation here for Chubby Bunnies, as now they're gonna be trying to run down a rubble, and Bounce to the Buns are giving it up for free as Lightspeed and Readable will be activated, but they are going to be hearing it out. A potential flank is coming out. Nightfall being activated, getting the tag onto 1. However, that Sheer will be activated. Huang Bao, all on his lonesome, doesn't want to overpush just yet.
Oh,
now,
nice
they're watching his flank, looking for the swing. Oh, but Huang Bao with the flank! They're getting decimated on the side of Chubby Bunnies. And sure, you are hungry, little bunnies here, but Bao's little buns were a bit too much for you to stomach, as it's going to be a clean sweep 2-0 victory for Bao's little buns in this lower bracket.
I mean, it looked a little competitive in that first half of Breeze, and then once Buns got comfortable, it was a landslide domination. I mean, only 4 first bloods for the side of Bunnies, completely different to last map. I mean, just 4 first bloods in a 16-round game is extremely rough, and Buns were just running them over on that attacking side, and on that defensive side they were doing big group fights, just playing together, playing confident, and just out-dueling them.
So the Buns were so dominant here on this map number 2. On the map pick of Chubby Bunnies, mind you, they look a lot more comfortable than they were. And I gotta say, 13-3 is an absolute showcase of dominance and just skill. They outmatched them so hard here on this map number 2. Granted, map number 1 was a lot more competitive and it was a lot more close, I'd say, and it definitely was. But Battle of the Buns definitely proved themselves here to be the better team overall.
Yeah, and I mean, Bao's Buns bringing themselves into the match against Troopers in the playoffs. Tomorrow, we will be having a break day. I highly suggest you, if you're still hungry to watch some Valorant tomorrow, there's the road to Invitational on tomorrow still. So, we will not have games tomorrow in TXG, but the semi-finals, where we can see the first semi-finals will be the... let me just double check.
Tea and Kittens, right? On
yes.
Friday.
Yijing
On
versus
Friday.
On Friday,
Yes. And it's gonna be a best of 3, by the way. And of course, as you mentioned right a while ago, Saturday will be Troopers versus, of course, the ones that move on forward as second seed, Bao's Little Buns, battling it out against them. So we're in for a really big treat here, folks, because Yijing, Big T and Kittens, Troopers, and Bao's Little Buns. I personally have been able to cast Yijing and Bao's Little Buns in previous tournaments as well. So I know how good these teams are, especially Yijing. So I think they are the favored in this tournament, I will say.
Definitely.
But I'm looking forward to Troopers here, who are also the Group A seed number 1. So maybe they have a potential to make an upset. Definitely so. But of course, with it being a best of 5 in the grand finals, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. But a pretty nice series here tonight. A little bit of a disappointment for the side of Chubby Bunnies, where they were probably hoping to do a little bit more on their map pick. But still, both teams put up a really good fight. Both teams, I mean, this is the Invitational. Both teams even did well to get here. But Buns will be moving on to the playoffs. And it's almost evil showing the stats.
I mean, the only one that made it to double-digit kills on the side of Chubby Bunnies was JJ, who we mentioned in the previous game, in game number 1, who did a really good job. But, I mean, Splash just could not seem to do as well alongside Sandwich in this game. Going 0.3 on their KD is obviously not the best showing for them, right? So you definitely would expect more, but at the same time, I feel like it's not really... I don't want to like bring them down, because honestly, it wasn't that they played bad. I just felt like Bowser the Buns played that much better. That much better.
Definitely.
Every single player in Bowser the Buns on double-digit kills, each one of them just felt so much more comfortable, and of course, a lot better in that map number 2.
Yeah, no. Once the confidence started, it was a clean sweep. And yeah, I mean that's going to be it for tonight. The game is over. Thank you everybody for watching. It was a little bit of issues at the start, but we sorted them out. Thank you for staying around. And yeah, we're going to be ending there for today. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday.